All right, whenever you're ready, Letitia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a very constructive meeting today with the President. We appreciate his deep concern, and we appreciate the deep concern that he feels for the people in the region. And you could hear on his speech today his frustration. I trust also that we, through the meeting, that the President sensed the sadness and sorrow that we feel for this tragic accident that should never have happened. BP has always met our obligations and responsibilities, and we have made clear from the first moment of the tragedy that we will live up to all our legitimate responsibilities. We have agreed today with the President a framework that should assure the American people that we mean what we say. We will look after the people affected, and we will repair the damage to this region, the environmental damage to this region, and to the economy. We are announcing today, as you heard from the President, a $20 billion commitment to make sure that all appropriate claims are handled swiftly and fairly. We have also announced an independent agitator that will make sure that the right people will get the right money at the right time. The BP board has today decided that we will not pay any further dividends this year. We made it clear to the President that words are not enough. We understand that we will and we should be judged by our actions. What has been clear today is that this administration and our company are fully aligned in our interests of closing this well, cleaning the beaches, and care for those that are affected. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to the American people. On behalf of all the employees in BP, many of whom are living in the Gulf Coast, and I do thank you for your patience that you have in this difficult time. Through our actions and commitments, we hope that over the long term, we will regain the trust that you have in us. Thanks a lot, and I will take a couple of questions.
So, is this $20 billion in cash?
At this moment, I can assure you that the people will get what they need.
And do you think that this $20 billion is enough to look after the people and the environment?
I believe that we are resourceful enough to get the people in the environment what they need with the $20 billion.
Why haven't you talked about the human cost and the lives that were lost in this accident?
We understand that a lot of lives were lost, and we
Next question.
What are you guys doing to ensure this is not it won't be a reoccurrence?
we have looked through our systems and we have, I can't, I'm sorry.
Okay, good, we got enough. Good job. Excellent. Excellent.
It sounded good from outside, though.
Yeah.
Good job. So there's some good stuff going on in there, and definitely some good example stuff we can learn from.
That's gonna be hard questions.
No, we won't fault Letitia for not having all the answers, but here, let me send you off with a nice. Yeah, how does this work? I guess so. Wait a minute. So you're infinite.
What are you, seeing yourself, see yourself? Crazy.
On the right. Alright, we can't fault Letitia for not having the actual answers, but what did she do when we asked her questions, and in particular, how did it look on the big screen?
Well, she redirected it.
She did a good job redirecting, but what did she do with her eyes? Did anyone know? Notice?
It went down?
She looked down. Alright, so every time we asked her a question, she looked down, like the answer was right here. And that's fun. Did anyone have any thoughts about how that looked on camera?
I mean, to me, I knew she was looking at something, but to me, it can always be perceived as, she just wants to take her time to ingest the question and come out with a proper answer.
Yeah, and I commend her for that. I think she was patient and did that too. But to me, it exaggerates on the camera that you're looking away. Right? So when you look down, it just exaggerates that eye look down. Like instead, you're breaking an intimate moment with the audience that you're connected with, and it looks especially exaggerated when your face is huge on the screen like that.
So you should look at the audience even when you're trying to process the question?
Well, you were looking off, my thought is that you were looking off screen. Like if you had looked sort of a little bit up, maybe, it would have been better, but you were looking at something that was out of frame. So you have a very intimate connection with your audience, and then all of a sudden you look off frame to something that you should probably know the answer to. And we don't fault you for not knowing the answer, we just use this as a learning moment that it looked especially suspicious that you looked down off screen when you were asked a question that we wanted a really honest, intimate answer to. That's the only point. What else? What other things do we notice from a camera perspective?
She had a very good contact while she was reading the press conference with the audience. She took a moment to look up and kind of, not really engage, but give that connection, that intimate moment that the audience needed, especially because it was the...
Yeah, she's very good, slow, deliberate, engaged voice. And that registered on the camera. There were a couple moments, and I know it's goofy when you're up here and it's tempting to kind of look at people, but did anyone notice during a couple of the times she kind of looked at us or looked at herself? Was anyone looking at the big screen at that point, and what did it look like, Max?
Honestly, it looks like she was looking at the audience. She was
I
looking
was thinking like it's a press conference, it's gonna be people in the audience and the camera, so you gotta look at both, no?
Well, like I mentioned, my assessment of watching presidential candidates trying to decide whether they want to look into the camera or they want to look at the studio audience, when they make a quick shift between I'm not going to try to do it. When they make a quick shift between the audience and the camera, I think it looks a little weird. It just looks abrupt. It's like you're dodging. Did anyone else see that? Feel that? It's not her fault, it's just, you didn't see it at all? Rewind. Rewind the tape.
Oh, yeah.